Do you remember how we kissed in the kitchen as the coffee poured? By the end my face was sore from your stubble, but I still wanted more. And all the miles that we spent in the air, where we're going I don't care. I'm just so glad that you were there that night in the restaurant, because I got to say, so I'm in love with you, what are we gonna do? So I'm in love with you, what are we gonna do now? Make me feel loved and treasured, you're water in the desert, my fox, my missing puzzle piece. You make me feel loved, protected, boy, we could talk forever on the couch, sipping bourbon, please. And in the morning we will start up the French press. I wanna grow old with you. You're making my dreams come true. Feel brand new, 'cause I don't get old loving you.
Welcome to Kory's Kabbalat Panim. And what that means in Hebrew is receiving faces, essentially. It's the first part of the wedding where the bride and the groom are separated. We're building the suspense for the big reveal.
L'chaim, welcome to the Tish. Tish literally translates to table. The Tish is a wonderful tradition. Thank you all for being here.
What is the ketubah? It's a written document that kind of outlines the responsibility of bride and groom to each other and to the community. Baruchim Habaim, we welcome you both under this chuppah. With this moment, your hopes are being fulfilled. This moment is a merging of two paths of life into one. Baruchim Habaim, we welcome you to a loving partnership. Ribono Shel Olam, source of holiness, help us to see the sacred dimension of all life. Guide Josh and Kory to the realization and sanctity of devotion every day as today. Help them to renew their love continually as you renew creation May their concern for each other reflect your concern for all people. May their loving faithfulness reflect your love. Throughout the years, may they hallow their life together, that the home they establish becomes a blessing to all of Israel. May your light illumine their eyes, their lives, and let us all say, Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe, creating the fruit of the vine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu al ha'arayot ve'asar lanu et ha'arusot v'hitir lanu et ha'nisuot lanu al yidei chuppah v'kiddushin. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh amo Yisrael yidei chuppah v'kiddushin. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe, whose mitzvot add holiness to our lives, who teaches us fidelity in our married lives and sanctity in our family lives. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, who sanctifies the people Israel with this chuppah, the wedding canopy, and kiddushin, the sacred rites of marriage.
Hare at
Mikudeshet li
Mekudesha Ali
B'taba'at
Su
Kedat Moshe
Kedam Moshe
V'Yisrael.
Israel.
Ani LeDavid.
Betavid,
No. Ani LeDodi
Vidodi,
Vidodi li.
Vidodi Li.
A successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always with the same person. There have been times when I believe Bubby, my wife, thought, I can't believe I married the guy. But she fell in love with me again and again and again. Mazel tov, and know that I love you.
At this point, I'd like to read the ketubah. On the second day of the week, the 26th day of Iyar in the year 5784, which corresponds to the third day of June in the year 2024 in Elizabeth, Colorado, Joshua Seth Fleischer and Kory Ann Hansen affirm their union of marriage and made these promises to each other. As beloved and friends, we choose to walk life's path together. We pledge to each other our mutual trust and respect. We will offer support and encouragement for personal growth and fulfillment of our shared dreams. We will be slow to anger and quick to forgive. We will be open, honest, loyal, and devoted to one another. We promise to be faithful friends, companions, and life partners, and to comfort one another through life's joys and sorrows. May our love provide us with the freedom to be ourselves and the courage to follow both our mutual and our individual directions. We promise to honor and treasure our ancestors and family, to enjoy and continue the traditions we have inherited, and to create a home filled with love and peace, freedom and compassion. Our home will be a place of openness, laughter, generosity, and respect. With our community of friends and family as witness, we now combine our separate faiths into one. I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine. All herein written is valid and binding, and it's signed by two witnesses and by the groom and the bride and me as the officiant. Now I'd like to present this to you. This is your document. You're going to hand it over to your bride. We'll hand it back to me. This is now your possession for your lifetime. Kory and Josh, the two of you, wrote me letters describing your relationship, and those letters were filled with descriptions of values. You are both committed to family and being together, hard work, education, friendship, big hearts, caring about people and making sure that others feel wanted and loved and welcomed into your lives. Trust, humor, these are your words. Staying in shape, kindness, respect. And both of you reflected upon the phrase in your ketubah about the importance of love, peace, freedom, and compassion. You both knew something important happened that changed your lives when during COVID on your first date, you sat outside around a fire pit and talked for hours about everything. The words and thoughts flowed easily that night. You were a lot alike and you wanted similar things in a partner and had similar dreams about raising children and connecting with family and community. Kory, in your conversion studies, you came to see the importance of faith and tradition, history, and how all of that would inform your life and your life with Josh. Josh, you indicated a desire to make bring more Jewish tradition into your life and your future, and to create a Jewish foundation upon which to build a new family. Around the fire pit, you sensed your compatibility with one another. In the time since, you discovered even more importantly that you share just those values that make for a strong, lifelong marriage. And that is why we are here. And that is why this is a truly great celebration, the creation of a new, strong family in Israel. Okay, these are the Sheva Brachot, the blessings of marriage. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol bara lichvodo. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer ha'adam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher yatzar et ha'adam b'tzalmo b'tzelem demut tavnito v'hitkin lo mimeno binyan adei ad. Baruch atah Adonai yotzer ha'adam. Sos tasis v'tagel ha'akara b'kibutz panecha letocha b'simcha. Baruch atah Adonai mesamech Tzion b'vaneha. Samech tesamach ra'im v'havim kesemechacha yitzircha bagan Eden mikedem. Baruch atah Adonai mesamech hatan v'kala. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bara sason v'simcha chatan v'kala. Asher bara sason v'simcha chatan v'kala. Gila, Rina, Ditza, V'chedva, Ahava, V'achava, V'shalom, V'reut. Shalom, V'reut. V'heira Adonai Eloheinu Yishama b'arei Yehuda u'v'chutzot Yerushalayim. Kol sason v'kol simcha, kol chatan v'kol kala, kol sason v'kol simcha, kol chatan v'kol kala, kol mitzalot chatanim mechupatam, unarim miste neginatam. Baruch atah Adonai mesamech chatan im hakala. Since both of you have acted out of love and affection acting in accordance with these rites and ceremonies instituted by our Holy Torah, in accordance with the laws of the state of Colorado, you, Josh, and you, Kory, are now husband and wife. You both know, we've talked about it, we talked about it so much at the Passover Seder. This is a very difficult time for the people of Israel, for the state of Israel, for the Jewish people in general. It's a difficult time, and when we break the glass, we think of all the difficult times in our past. It has been a rough road through the millennia for the Jewish people, but every time we somehow figure out a way to survive, not just survive, but to thrive, and to come together for weddings. There might be war there, but there's a wedding here. And our focus, and we hope that the focus forevermore will be on weddings and births and b'nai mitzvah and only the good things in life. So we're going to break a glass to remember the difficult times, but as soon as this glass is broken, it will be our jobs to, in a sense, put this glass back together through the celebration with bride and groom. Mazel tov.
And I said, ooh, what would you do if you could lose all your burdens? Yeah. And I said, ooh, my words are few, but I love you. Those words, please hear them. Yeah.
מהפכה של שמחה, כי כולנו משפחה, ונרקוד בטירוף, כי הגיע הזמן לעוף. מעכשיו רק שמחה, משקיעה ועד צריכה, השתגענו מודים, אם שותים כן רוקדים. אלוהים, אלוהים, רק תשמור על הרוקדים, תחבק אוהבים, שתמיד נהיה שמחים. אלוהים, אלוהים, רק תשמור על הרוקדים, תחבק אוהבים, שתמיד נהיה שמחים. חייל, תרים לי את הקהל, הם לא עובדים בכלל, תרימו את היד. מהפכה של שמחה, כי כולנו משפחה, ונרקוד בטירוף, כי הגיע הזמן לעוף. מעכשיו רק שמחה, משקיעה ועד צריכה.
First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for being here and sharing in the joy of our day. I have been very emotional today just because my heart is full. We are so fortunate enough to have such wonderful family and friends to surround us on the start of our lives together, the rest of our lives together. I just want to say that we are so honored that you guys are here with us tonight. And I want you guys to please eat, drink, dance, and make memories with us tonight as our first evening as a married couple.
Just want to say thank you to the Hanson, Butler, and Fleischer family. You guys are great. Thank you for everything you've all done. For the firefighters in back, let's burn some 24s tomorrow and have a great time. L'chaim.
We don't gotta stay friends forever, but we can cross that line together. Find love, baby, never say never. After all this time, I just want to take a step in a new direction. I wanna tell you what I failed to mention. We can fly a couple of birds of a feather, but we don't gotta stay friends forever.
A few months ago, I was asking Josh and Kory about this speech, and in our conversation, I was told it should be about 5 minutes long, make people both laugh and cry. Glad we set the expectations low. Josh and I have quite the age gap, a little over 6.5 years. For years, my brother begged our parents for a sibling. Needless to say, by the time I was born, he was obsessed. Honestly, maybe even a little clingy, if you ask me. Although the obsession, for as long as I can remember, has been the other way around. Josh has always been someone that I looked up to, physically for most of my childhood, but emotionally even to this day. By the time I was 12, Josh was heading off to college, and I was devastated, to say the least. Josh and I always stayed close. However, it wasn't until about 8 years later that Josh and I's relationship evolved again. I was going into my junior year of college, and Josh had started working at Thornton Fire, Thornton Fire. Yeah. Wow. We moved into an apartment together in Broomfield, and things picked up right where we left off. Even more so now that we were both adults and could understand the importance of our relationship. We bonded over our favorite things: motorcycles, watching the Avs, go Avs go, New Girl, betting on our apartment water pong tournaments where I would lose approximately 80% of my wardrobe to Josh. While all of these, of course, brought us closer together, it was the late night conversations we would have at our kitchen table where my adult self would learn that Josh, now more than ever, was someone that I looked up to. We would debate anything and everything in the world, each of us typically respectfully disagreeing with the other. While we didn't always agree on an outcome, that wasn't most important for me. What was important was seeing Josh's mindset. Josh cares more about the people in this room than most of you will ever know. He's willing to give the shirt off his back to a stranger, but for the people close to him, he is willing to give you his own arm if he could. Although his baseline may be a tad grumpy, okay, oftentimes more than a tad grumpy, especially if it's before 11 a.m., the minute you need anything, he will be there, putting your needs before his own. He truly is a reverse teddy bear. While his exterior may be hard and rugged, his insides are soft and fuzzy. One of these late nights at our apartment, we were set to watch a movie. Josh told me that a friend was going to be coming over. We started the movie, and partway through, the friend did arrive. To be totally honest, I expected it was gonna be a guy. But maybe someone from his department or the gym. To my surprise, I learned that this was not just a friend, this was a lady friend. And a good one, as they quickly retreated to the couch and cozied up together. This is how I first met Kory. Over the next few months, I got to know Kory and watched the beginning of their relationship take flight. Kory would watch us play water pong and take part in our late night conversations. I learned quickly that Kory is deeply caring, kind, funny, and hardworking. Like seriously, have you all seen her throw some weights around? It's crazy. It was on a motorcycle trip to Vegas where I saw just how much Kory must really love Josh. I'm scared just riding in Josh's truck with him. You couldn't pay me enough money to be strapped on the back of the motorcycle with him for 11 hours straight. Through torrential downpours, scorching heat, and relentless wind, Kory just kept on hanging on with a smile on her face. Josh proposed to Kory just before our family cruise. Vivi and I followed them on the beach until we heard the secret word to pull back and watch the magic happen. For me, the most special moment came a few days later. One night on the cruise, when the four of us sat poolside, drinking wine, just talking about life. It was that night that I realized in some ways the Fleischer family had a missing puzzle piece that I'm not sure any of us had noticed before. But with Kory joining our family, it has become clear that only now are we whole. I started writing this speech a few months ago, and initially had it ending by saying that the bond between a sibling is unmatched. But with marriage, that unmatched relationship shifts from your siblings to your spouse. However, as I've reflected on that, I'm comforted knowing that this shift is not actually happening at this wedding, as this shift happened long ago. For years now, Josh and Kory have been each other's rocks, their person, their ride or die. May you two always have that unmatched bond through the good times and the bad. Always remember your love for each other today and let that love grow stronger every day. To the happy couple, l'chaim!
If you know Kory well, you know how funny, strong, and beautiful she really is. You know that she's crazy smart. You know that she's incredibly independent, determined, and has overcome her fair share of obstacles in her life. You know she has impeccable taste and a clear vision of what she wants, which is demonstrated by how gorgeous today was. And that isn't just limited to wedding ceremonies. Kory cares about the people she loves much more than the majority of the people that I know. And when she loves you, you can truly feel it. Kory isn't just a best friend to me. Throughout most of my life, she's felt more like a sister. Someone who has supported me, loved, and encouraged me to be the best version of who I am. And really, she does that for everyone that she knows. Kory, I can't tell you how proud I am of the person that little 8th grade girl I met has grown into. We talked a lot about this day since we were 13. And as anyone who loves someone unconditionally will tell you, it was hard to imagine anyone would be good enough for Kory. Then along came Josh. I was skeptical of Josh at first. He had disappeared for a few days after their first date, and I had tried to convince Kory, like any good friend would, that it wasn't worth it and to move on. Thankfully, the stars aligned, and the one time Kory didn't listen to her best friend's advice is the reason we are all here today. The more time Kory and Josh spent together, the more I realized he was the perfect match for her. In no time, they were getting tattoos together, going on motorcycle trips that spanned multiple states, and spending all their time together. When the time came for Josh to propose, the amount of care and thought he put into every detail was unmatched. Josh, you are an incredible man. I couldn't think of a better match for Kory. You're patient when she's stressed, you're supportive when she's struggling, and you're loving when she's mad. As anyone married will tell you, marriage isn't easy. It's the only forever commitment we ever make, and it's accomplished by continuing to choose each other, loving each other, and fighting for each other every single day, even on the days you don't like each other. I've seen the two of you work through struggles, apologize when you're wrong, and support each other with all your hopes and dreams. Never stop doing that. Kory and Josh, it's true that you complement each other very well. It's clear to anyone who has been around you, but what may not be clear to those that don't know Kory closely is how much they think about the other when the other isn't there, how often they consider each other during their day, how often they call each other just to hear the other's voice, and how much they want the other to be truly happy and have everything that they want in life. That's a love of longevity, and one that will truly last a lifetime. Josh, thank you for making Kory so happy. I wholeheartedly relinquish my title of best friend to you today, and I can't wait to watch your life unfold together. So here's to both of you, a beautiful day and a lifetime of beautiful days to come.
We first met in 1995. It was a spring in Utah. Paula, you were there, you remember? And from that very first day, you showcased your talents. And some of you may have realized, but if you haven't, Kory's quite the entertainer. Yes, she can sing and dance. You'll see probably some of the dance moves later, but the really profound moments are Kory's talents with singing. And we know you have the voice of an angel. And if any of you have ever heard her sing, you know this as well. Some would say she's a perfect blend between Jesus and Britney. Sprinkled with a little Cardi B, right? And that's why we love you so much. I would say that you may have missed your calling and should have probably pursued a career in music, but that's okay. I mean, you are where you are today because of that. So it's truly just a blessing to hear your angelic voice every day. And then we go to Josh. Josh, you are truly a remarkable man. Watching you over the years with my daughter, there's one profound or many profound qualities that you have, but the most profound is your calmness and your patience with Kory. And I truly appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not going to get through this without tearing up. So you are a remarkable man, and I appreciate you, and I'm so happy to have you in our Wolf family, because it's grown a little bit through the course of the weeks and days. I've tried to find out some dirt on you that would turn this roast of Kory into a roast of Josh and not just a toast. But all of Josh's friends are just weak. They let me down. Like the worst I got is, he's just a really good person. And I get that. And you truly are. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate your love for my daughter. I'm so happy to welcome you to this family. So with that, I would just offer everyone to raise their glasses as a toast to Josh and Kory and their future together and their many memories. They're going to be beautiful memories, and we're just so glad to be a part of it. Thank you.
So right in the height of COVID life, love gave us a fairy tale. That's when the love story between Kojo began. The world was shut down. It was the 4th of July, 2020, the day Kory entered our lives. Since there were no public fireworks displays that year, we walked through our neighborhood watching crazy people setting off huge fireworks everywhere. But Dad and I were far more captivated by the fireworks going off between the two people walking hand in hand in front of us. He said his friend was coming over. I don't always hold hands with my friends. It was clear that Josh's friend was much more than that. She set off sparks in him that no fireworks could. A few weeks later, on a cabin fever escape to Dillon, Josh casually mentions that a friend is joining us. We were expecting a firefighter, maybe a CrossFit buddy, a high school friend? Nope. As we fished off the dock, up walks this beautiful girl. Bam. Fireworks and 4th of July all over again. Josh had been doom and gloom since Ryan and Vivi moved to Utah that COVID summer. He watched more New Girl and The Office than anyone could stand. And as a firefighter medic, was just thankful to be alive after each shift. We didn't venture out unless we absolutely had to. And it was during those dreadful months that we really got to know Kory. Since there was really no place to go, Josh and Kory dated mostly at our home. She came down one morning and told me we were out of coffee. I said, really? Oh, okay, great. I'll get some more coffee. And yeah. We shared meals, we played games, honestly, more blackjack than we care to admit. Watched movies, we took lots of walks, we had great conversations, and witnessed this beautiful relationship begin to take form. We had never seen Josh so happy. Joe, you were such an easy kiddo. No terrible 2s, no terrible 3s. You never turned into that terror child people said you would when Ryan came along. Almost 7 years later, 6.5 years later, whatever. You have been the best big brother, more than we could have ever hoped for. You made parenting so easy. We have an adorable picture of you around 2 years old, sitting on a toy fire truck, wearing a plastic fireman helmet, bright eyes, big smile. It was the day your dream of becoming a fireman and driving a fire truck like Papo began. While playing soccer year-round from age 3 through college didn't lead to a career as a professional soccer player, as you hoped it would, it taught you to work hard, dedicate the time, and strive for things in life that are truly important to you. Becoming a firefighter was hard work. Passing hazmat almost killed you. But each course that you completed brought you closer to your dream and ultimately Thornton Fire, building a second family with so many of you that are here today. Thank you for being his second family. We couldn't be more proud of you becoming a brother to your firefighter union comrades, and that you play an active role in IAFF. Sorry, I'm a union rep, I had to put that in there. We take so much pride in the man you have become. You have proven time and time again that when you want something badly enough, when something is so imperative, so vital in your life, you prioritize it over anything else. Kory has clearly been a priority. You are persistent, loyal, and committed. It fills our hearts to know that you will devote yourself in your marriage to Kory because you have her as your wife, lifelong partner, best friend, future mother of your children, your soulmate, and she is the most important thing you have ever tasked yourself with achieving.
It's only a little bit, only a little part here. Mission accomplished, Maverick. You found your wingman. Our Harley trip to Utah and Vegas was an adventure to say the least. Kory, your refusal to tap out and get on a plane was our first experience realizing how truly resilient you are. Working full time while planning a wedding, taking college classes, going through conversion, but still finding time to work out and look amazing is truly impressive. That's it.
What started with Starburst candy wrapper promise rings led us to this beautiful gathering today. It's heartwarming and gratifying to have watched the two of you move from living and working remote in a small one bedroom townhome, moving to a beautiful, spacious home, and seeing your relationship blossom, flourish, and thrive. Kory, it's not by chance that when you asked us and Ryan and Vivi to pick your Hebrew name, we all picked Adira Rakav, defining the strong, courageous, and independent woman that you are. You've shared countless vacations, holidays, and celebrations with our family and have been there as well through challenging times. Your marriage to Josh officially makes you a couple, but you have been part of our family since the day we met you.
Josh, we've guided, encouraged you, loved, and supported you, walked in front of you to protect you, beside you for stability, and behind, thank you, helper, my little helper, behind you to watch over you. Kory, as our daughter in love, we commit the same to you. We are thrilled and blessed the two of you have dedicated yourselves to marriage and building a forever life together. May God bless you with a lifetime of happiness, joy, simcha, that means joy, celebration. We love you both to the moon and back. That is the end of our speeches tonight.